There is dangers with blockchain. On the attack front, there's a 51% attack, which can happen. But as blockchain grows and gets bigger and bigger, it makes it more and more difficult for this 51% attack to ever happen. So, the dangers of a blockchain education system. Now, it's exactly the same as... Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here from Look for Warriors, and I want to talk quickly about the dangers of the blockchain education system. The blockchain education system is coming, and the blockchain education system is very, very simple. Blockchain is simple. It's just when you create something on the web, you create a database to hold the data on that system. Now, blockchain is just thousands of tiny databases all connected together, which makes it very difficult to hack, because one database you can hack, a million databases make it very, very difficult, and very difficult to take down. That's why Cloudflare is useful. Websites use Cloudflare security, and Cloudflare puts your website on thousands of different servers around the world to make it less vulnerable to attack. But as we know, nothing is completely safe from attacks, but it makes it a lot less vulnerable. There is dangers with blockchain. On the attack front, there's a 51% attack, which can happen. But as blockchain grows and gets bigger and bigger, it makes it more and more difficult for this 51% attack to ever happen. So, the dangers of a blockchain education system. Now, it's exactly the same as Bitcoin. The dangers in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is great because it's like a Swiss bank account. Well, it was. This is the way it initially was designed. That you can see every transaction that happens in Bitcoin. It's all open. You can see every single transaction. But in general, they're not connected to a person. Which means that even though you can see every transaction is verified, and it can be verified by anyone, it means that with it not being connected to a person, it means that it's pretty anonymous in a way, although it's not really anonymous, because if you need to buy Bitcoin, you need to show ID. So they know where the Bitcoin is really, in reality. But who's controlling it? Who's controlling it is the danger. The one thing you want to be sure of is that the people have control. As soon as governments take control, or banks take control, or big companies, Facebook, Apple, whatever, take control. Now, these big companies are great and they're very, very useful. But as soon as they take control of the system, they can change and hack the system, which makes it pretty much unusable. Same with Bitcoin. There's a huge, huge war right now going on between who is going to control the future of currency. And it's going to be a digital currency like Bitcoin. So Facebook have tried to bring out something. Apple, I believe, are thinking about bringing out something, but they're very secretive, so we wouldn't have heard anything about it. But there's lots of companies. There's also countries who want to bring out their own digital currencies. They're all thinking about it right now. And it's going to be a huge war about it. And the banks, all the banks are looking at this. None of them are saying they're looking at it, but you just know they're all looking at it right now. And there's going to be a huge war played in the background that no one sees, no one knows about who's going to control this digital currency in the next 5 years, 10 years, I don't know. But it's begun right now. It's begun right now. And it's begun because it has begun because Bitcoin was created, the blockchain was created. The blockchain cannot be ignored now. And the same is going to happen in education. If an open source blockchain for education is created that no one controls, that can be trusted. Because if you say, I have these 5 skills, they're all safe in the blockchain, and it's all verified, that can be 100% trusted. Plus any testimonials you have that are stored in the blockchain, 100% trusted. But the danger is that this can be taken over by big institutions, by the Facebooks, by the Apples, And I'm not saying these are bad companies necessarily. It's just the centralization that's the issue. If it's distributed, it's much more trusted and much more better for everyone. But the centralization is the issue. If it's taken over by the current people who create curriculums in schools, wouldn't that be terrible? Because the one thing you don't want to create is a Chinese style control of every person on the planet. That's not what we want. We want this to support people. We want the blockchain education system to support people, help people grow, help people show the skills they have, help people create new skills, develop themselves. That's what the blockchain education system is about. So there are dangers. There's so much information held that if one person or one company or one country takes over that information, there is a danger. There is a danger. So we're skirting that all the time to keep the blockchain education system open to everyone. Keep it trusted, and that no one has the power to edit it directly. It's been held on hundreds of different servers, hundreds of different computers around the world, and it's completely trusted. That's what we're trying to build. And yes, there is dangers, just as there is dangers with Bitcoin. And there will be people copying it, just like 100 people have copied Bitcoin. Now they're all based on the Bitcoin protocol, but there will be copies in the future that are not based on the Bitcoin protocol. And we have these stable coins, which don't make much sense to me. Coins shouldn't be stable. Pegged to the dollar, whatever, they shouldn't be stable like that. They should move around on their own. So there is dangers with the blockchain education system, the blockchain skill stack system. But there's dangers with everything. We just have to move forward, build it, and know about these dangers as we go along, so we can walk the line and make sure it stays trusted and stays distributed, so no one person has control and no one company has control of it. This has been Alan here from Look for Warriors, talking about the blockchain education system.